Johnny Genesis North, we are releasing a must-have collection of Johnny North merchandise in our store at merch.ringsidereport.net, starting with our limited edition Johnny Genesis North 3/4 sleeve t-shirt. With a unique design capturing Johnny in action, this tee exudes raw energy and intensity through its versatile 3/4 sleeves for any weather. Stand with our legendary co-host, Johnny North. Make a bold statement in the wrestling community by getting yours today, exclusively at merch.ringsidereport.net.
The discipline of jiu-jitsu, the elegance of a perfect pour. Introducing the jiu-jitsu-inspired shaker pint glass. Crafted for the martial artist in you. 16 ounces of pure elegance, perfect for post-training refreshment or a sophisticated cocktail evening. Durable, stylish, versatile. Not just a glass, but a testament to your dedication. Celebrate your passion with every sip. The Jiu-Jitsu Shaker Pint Glass. Cheers to mastery. Available now in our store. Go to merch.ringsidereport.net and get yours now.
Strength in every sip.
Here's a programming note from the Ringside Report Network. Every Friday, join Dave Simon along with pro wrestler Johnny Genesis North as they break down the week that was pro wrestling on Wrestling Uncensored. Join them live starting after WWE Smackdown and during AEW Rampage at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here, or as an audio podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to share this broadcast and review our podcasts on Apple Podcasts. It really helps us out. Why not become a member of the Ringside Report universe? Go right now before the show starts to membership.ringsidereport.net. That's membership.ringsidereport.net.
Each and every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, dive deep into the heart of MMA with Ringside Report MMA. Join seasoned analysts Dave Simon, Fred Garcia, and my good friend AJ D'Alexio as they dissect every fight, analyze strategies, and reveal their top betting predictions. From main events to prelims, our trio deep dives into the strengths, weaknesses, and potential game changers for each fighter. Looking to place a bet? Benefit from the expertise of our analysts and get an edge over the competition. Discover lesser-known facts, training camp secrets, and behind-the-scenes tidbits that only our seasoned crew can deliver. Share your fight predictions and be featured in the broadcast. For both new fans and longtime MMA aficionados, Ringside Report MMA is the key to unlocking a richer UFC viewing experience. Become an MMA insider. Don't miss out on our exclusive content. Subscribe now and ensure you ring that bell for timely notifications.
Before we dive into today's action-packed broadcast, check out ringsidereport.net. Explore a wide range of exclusive articles and commentary that are specifically designed for the fans of pro wrestling and MMA. Did you miss a broadcast? No worries. We've expanded them all on our website. And don't forget to hit our store for exclusive merch and other must-have items, ringsidereport.net. Where the real action is.
We've got boosted odds coming. Dave's picks, which means I'm going to give you picks, and on the site, it'll say, like, you know, minus 200 or something, but then I'll call my buddies at Bet99. I'll be like, hey, can we give it a little better? And it'll be like minus 150, so there'll be more value. What? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to add value to the picks. We're going to get boosted odds at Bet99 for the Ringside Report universe. For all the viewers, we're going to give you picks, and then we're going to be like, you know, there's a number here on this at Bet99, but maybe wait till Saturday morning, and there'll be a better number because we're going to give you those boosted odds. They're a sponsor, and I want them to do well, and they're helping the show and all of that, but at the same time, I want to give good picks and take them for everything they got, baby. But they got.
Well, that's what it comes down to.
You know what I mean?
Listen,
it's a weird relationship because I'm friendly with them and I want to do well and I want them to do well, but I also want us to do well, and for us to do well, we need to take money from them, which is part of the whole. It's part of the game, and they like it, and it's all fun. So we're gonna get some boosted odds, and we'll see how much we can boost them for the viewers, so we can make a lot of cash. Ringside Report MMA. What's happening? We got Fred. Fred.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Can you hear me? I have no idea what's happening.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay, we're here. Finally, we're late. We've had technical problems. So we're still working through them. As you can see, this is not the usual look of the show. Is Fred still with me?
Yes, I'm here. Do you see me?
Damn. Yeah, I see you. I see you now. So this has been fun trying to work through this. I have COVID, so I've been having a great time. And we're here for some time just to check in. I don't think we're going to do like a full long show because already I feel like the technical issues are weighing us down. Feels weird doing a show like this. But there's fights this weekend that we should talk about. And maybe some other stuff. Anything you want to talk about? Anything going on?
I don't know. You want to talk about Ian Gary? Everybody talks about him.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I do want to talk about Ian Gary, actually. That's like the best subject in MMA right now, right?
Thank you very much.
I mean, it's the funniest. We got to be careful, though, because his wife wants to sue people that talk about. Let's be careful.
You brought a smile to my face with that Ian Gary stuff. It's like, oh, yeah, that's funny. That's a funny situation. People, that's like real deep inside, like MMA online stuff, right? I think the average MMA fan doesn't know who Ian Gary is. But, yeah, it's weird, right? He's married to, she's like a famous British TV presenter, right? She's hosted TV shows. Right?
So I'm not sure about that part. Yeah, I think.
Well, I think she's like been a personality, a TV personality, right?
Yeah, she's a personality. And she wrote a book.
Yeah, but see, do you know the story with the book? So Ian Gary is married to a woman who's she's a little bit older than him, right? She's like
Twice
in her
his age.
40s. No, he's like 29 and she's like 40. It's really not that bad.
Isn't he like
I kind of want to.
Oh, okay.
I kind of want to defend them because I think they're taking heat online from just a bunch of guys that want to pile on, like Sean Strickland type folks. Where, like, I don't think anything's really that bad. Like, have you seen her? She's 40 years old, but she looks pretty good. Like, Ian Gary's doing all right, and she wrote a book.
What about his?
She didn't write.
What about his nutritionist? What about his nutritionist? Does he her and him?
Okay, so
was he married to her before?
I don't know if her ex-husband is his current nutritionist, but who cares if he is? Maybe he's a very good nutritionist, and maybe they're still friends. What's wrong with maintaining good relationships with ex-husbands? You know, like I don't think it's that bad. Man. I don't think any of it is that bad. Man? The Ian Gary situation.
I actually don't.
And like people are really piling on these people. And the book she wrote, it's not a book. It was like a joke sketch that they published. How to be a wag, right? So people are like, "Oh, this woman, she's been trying to get with pro athletes, and she kind of like she's." People are saying she groomed Ian Gary and she's trying to get with Ian Gary just because he's famous and in UFC and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. I think, he's famous. She's famous. They got together. They have their own level. They have their own, people. And she's a media personality. It got kind of brought up online and people are kind of going after Ian Gary and his wife. And I think it's unfair, the criticism that they're taking. Because really, like, it seems like a normal situation.
Let me jump in. Like, everything you say, you might be right. But I'll just say, like, Ian Gary is a very pleasant person. If you remember his antics with Neil Magny before, like, he was extremely arrogant. Neil Magny said a comment where he said like I'm like I beat a child, and then Ian Garry how I give an ass whooping to my child, something like that, tongue in cheek type of comment, and then Ian Garry just on Magny nonstop saying, "Oh, this guy is saying that we should be able to physically our child and things like that," and he became just like arrogant and annoying, like crazy. That hey, if you're gonna act that way, don't expect other people to be like you. So that's the number one thing. Second thing, again on his arrogance, there's a lot of fighters that have trained with him also that are kind of laughing because they say he's arrogant. He's a guy that's not really fun to be around and things like that. So, he could marry a girl that's 15 years or older than him. I have no issue with that. Man, if he lives with her ex-husband, that's his stuff, man. I don't think that's great, but
they don't live together.
Anyways, like you say, he hasn't done anything wrong, but he's a very unpleasant person. So I'm gonna just be here with some popcorn, and I hope that he shows up for the press conference because Colby Covington is gonna be on that stage, and that's gonna be some funny shit. I'm counting on Colby, man. Come on, Colby.
I mean, they're gonna go after Ian Garry Machado, by the way, and that's the part that you didn't bring up that I kind of wanted you to bring up, because he goes by Ian Garry Machado, and I was like, or Ian Machado Gary, right? Doesn't he go by that? And I was like, what's with the Machado? Is he like Brazilian or something? Do you know why he goes by Ian Machado Gary?
Because Machado isn't it his wife's name?
Yeah, that's her last name. I'm surprised you didn't bring that up, because that's one of the main points that people are like.
I just call him Ian Garry, so I've completely cut the Machado. But I don't care about that. You want to take your wife's name? Like, I think Travis Brown should be known as Mr. Ronda Rousey, because I mean she's the more famous person, and also I mean, but as far as Ian Garry and his wife, I don't know who's the most famous person. So I don't really care about the name. I'm just here for the laughs. And like I say, he was quite like arrogant and quite unpleasant with Neil Magny. That hey, you want to act like that? Well, don't be surprised if other people act like that also. Like you're in a business where people are not just gonna take your bullshit and say, okay, these guys are fighters, and they remember, they know how you treated Neil Magny, and a lot of people didn't like that, and they're gonna come back at you.
But I don't think it's cool to bring the wives into it. I think that's too much. It's like a Dylan Dennis move. It's a step too far.
Well, neither is bringing kids, claiming that Neil Magny was smacking his kid and things like that, and that's exactly what he did. That's exactly like he insinuated. Because Neil Magny said, like, this young kid is not going to beat me. Neil Magny's words were, this young kid's not going to beat me. I'm going to bring him in the backyard and give him an ass whooping like I would do to my child that doesn't act well. But he was saying that tongue in cheek, man. He wasn't claiming come on, man. To after that, claim that. And not only that, in the press conference, Ian Garry went after Neil Magny, and Magny's like, stop talking about my kid. And he just kept on piling, So you want to talk about people's kids, man? Expect people are going to talk about your family also. I'm not on Team Ian Garry. He's an excellent fighter, and also there's a lot of rumors that supposedly like completely ragdolled him and knocked him out in training because they used to train together. So there's a lot of stuff on Ian Garry out there right now.
Yeah, people are coming for Ian Garry. Like, it's been all about Ian Garry this week. Everybody on the MMA internet is like, yo, Ian Garry's wife and Ian Garry this. And it's like, oh, man. Ian Garry's got a lot of hype, though, right? Ian Garry's fighting.
He looked great against Neil Magny. He's fighting Vicente Luque on the next UFC. No, on the Colby Covington card.
Ooh.
Exactly. That's why I say I hope he shows up at the press conference. I hope Colby Covington's there. Like, I haven't watched a press conference in a long time, but this might be one that I watch. I expect Colby to go after that, man. And they're in the same division, man. So Ian Gary, like, you want a chance at the title, man? You better like talk yourself. But these guys are gonna reply. And didn't he also train with Leon Edwards at some point, and he got kicked out from that gym? I think there's some history there also. Like, he's been kicked out of a couple of gyms, man. People don't like him. Like, forget about his wife and all that. People dislike this guy because they say he's arrogant, and they just don't like him.
I mean, that may be true. It's just the wife stuff that was going. I thought, like, it went because, you know, MMA people can go pretty hard on things, and you go, whoa, guys, take it easy.
I mean, did she write a book about how to get a young athlete or not?
No,
they say it's parody, but it's available on Amazon.
A joke. Yeah, well, read it. Find out what it is. I'm telling you, it's a satirical thing. It's not real. It's not like seriously like this is how you plot to get men. It's just like, haha, this is what some of these women are doing, and it's kind of a joke. And it was like, you know, I don't know. I think it was a podcast. I think it was a podcast that they sold as like an ebook. It wasn't like an actual book even. It's like people are making a big deal out of it. Yeah, you can buy it on Amazon, but nobody's actually buying it to find out what the contents are. People are just looking at the title and going, "Oh, you ever heard?"
I heard little bits and pieces of it. I heard little bits of pieces.
Yeah, but they're taking them out of context to, you know, fill out the story. Come on, man. You know how the internet works.
Man. Like I'm saying, this guy, the bigger story is I think this guy has a lot of people that don't like him. And these MMA fighters are gonna go after him, and they're gonna like there's gonna be other people like Sean Strickland and other people that are gonna say, "Hey, F you, man."
Yeah, but that's good for him, I think, or bad depending on how he handles it. If he handles it and he's like, "Yeah, bring it," like his stock rises because you look at him in his next fight. I didn't give a shit about his next fight. I'm like, yeah, he's a prospect. He's an up-and-comer. He's cool. But now I'm like, oh, that's that guy with the, you know, like the whole deal. So now he's like a bigger star. He's a bigger name because all of MMA is talking about him right now. So his next fight is way more important. Like, it's not bad for him as long as he stands up to the pressure, because now there's going to be pressure. Like, people are going to be coming for him online. Like, how does he deal with all that mentally? Like, that's not easy to deal with and train and keep focused on your one opponent. Like, Vicente Luque's not the one talking all that shit. It's some other guys. How do you stay focused on him? Like, you can focus your rage, but he's got to be able to do it. You know, like, it's a lot of heat to take for this guy who's a young guy, you know, who's in the game.
Yeah, well, him and Luque used to train together also. Him and Luque are partners. They have a good friendship. Like, they've said that Luque said, no, I don't want to talk trash about him. And Ian Gary said the same thing about Luque. So those two have some respect for each other. And yeah, that should be a good fight, man. And he looked great. Look, Ian Gary looked very good against Neil Magny for all the arrogance and all that I didn't like. His talent in the cage was there that night, man. He dominated Neil Magny, and there's no doubt he's a prospect. So look, I'm just happy for a story, and that he should embrace the heel part, man. I say just invite the ex-husband, have him feed you some raisins during the press conference or whatever. You know, somebody asks, "Is that your wife's ex-husband?" You just say, "Yeah, he's there to feed me." And, you know, just embrace the role of the heel.
I mean, people were comparing this man to Adam 22 online, and I was like, guys, he's not going that far. I like you know who that is. I like you know who that is, Fred. I'm proud of you. That's good.
Well,
you ever
I semi-know who he is. I know who he is, but I mostly know why he's famous. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Or why he's famous lately, because I think he was famous before, but I didn't know him before.
Yeah, I knew him before. When I found out why he was famous again, I was like, oh, God, now he's really famous for some weird reasons. Cool. That's what he's up to these days. Nice. Good for him.
Somebody shared a screenshot of his wife where you go, you really think that, what's his name? Adam what? Adam 22?
Adam
23? What is it?
22.
Adam 22. So people were sharing screenshots of his wife. You know what?
Lena
and going
the
like,
plug.
You're sure Adam wasn't mad right now at that moment?
I mean, it's what he signed up for. You know?
Yes, so, man, I'm getting old,
but
man.
They did get into it online afterwards. Like the guy that made sex to his lady on the movie, like was like, I did it better and I'm better, obviously. And he was like, whoa, 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 man. He got all mad and they were like beefing about it online. It's a very strange thing to beef about. You did not have sex with my Yeah, he was like, you did not have sex with my wife better than I have sex with her. Yeah, it was crazy. They like were cool, and then afterwards they became uncool, bragging. And Adam 22 did not like the way he was bragging about it, which I thought was a real interesting controversy. Like yes, have sex with my wife on camera because she is a porno lady. It's what she does. And then afterwards, when you say things like, oh, she liked it better than her husband, then you like beef about it on the internet. It's a cool turn of events that I'm not prepared self, but some guys are built different.
I guess I'm getting old, man. There's a lot of gray here, man. This is like a new generation shit.
Yeah. It's not. I think he's not like he's like kind of older. That guy. How old is Adam 22?
No clue, man. You tell me.
He's 40. He's older than me, Fred. It's not a new generation thing. This guy's older than me. What are we talking about? God damn.
I'm not sure on Adam 22, man. We started with Ian Gary, man.
There's
oh yeah, you compared
there. They were out there.
Yeah, you're like
too hard on Ian Gary, comparing him to Adam 20 too much.
Who's the champion cock? That's what you were asking.
Jim Cornette.
Anyways, man, Ian Gary, man, his next fight should be good, man. I can't wait for it, man. I just want to see. I want to be entertained, man. Sorry, like it might be low class or whatever. At least I'm caring, man. Like I want the heel and those feuds, man. That makes me care about your. Just embrace the heel part, Ian. That's what I would say.
Yeah. And we're having technical issues, obviously, here on the show. Not our normal look for the Ringside Report Network. We're trying to make it work. We should be normal tomorrow night with Johnny North for some pro wrestling talk, CM Punk, and all of that stuff. I couldn't do the Survivor Series post-show because I was really ill with the COVID that I probably still have at this point. It's been the worst bout of COVID that I've had. I've had maybe two. This has been the worst one. Really bad. Am I cutting out a lot, Fred? Can you see me?
Yeah. Right now you're cutting.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm popping a lot. This ain't working. Weird.
UFC Fight Night.
Yeah, let's get to that. If am I still here?
But now it's stabilized, I think.
Okay. Okay, UFC Fight Night. What do we have? Who's fighting? It's
Beneil
Tsarukyan. I don't know. I feel Beneil Dariush went on his run, got to the big fight, and got smashed by Oliveira, and now I'm not sure where he goes. Tsarukyan, feel like he's more on the upswing. What are the odds? I'm cutting out a lot, eh? Are you losing me a lot? Yeah, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Goddamn. I think it's maybe when I switch web browsers, like go to a different browser, so I can't really check. It's difficult. But
use your phone.
No matter what. Fucking disastrous.
All right, so we got Tsarukyan. He's the favorite, minus 300. Beneil Dariush is plus 240. I'm going to agree with you. I think Beneil Dariush, he had his little run to get he had a very good win streak at some point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-fight win streak, but he lost fight to Oliveira. And that in that fight, like it was a knockout. If I remember correctly, like the whole round, first round knockout, and the whole round was Oliveira's round. So for all that hype that Beneil Dariush managed to, he lost a lot in that fight. But Oliveira's, he's a legit top 3 in that division. So you can't put too much stock in that loss, I think. And Beneil should be able to bounce back. But I understand the odds that Tsarukyan, he's the current hot pick if you want. But then again, like I say, one loss for Beneil, it's tough to put him that down on the odds. But I'm gonna go with Tsarukyan. It's probably the smart pick.
I picked him. I didn't even know he was the favorites. I didn't even have the odds in front of me, Fred. That's how good I am. Good. So impressive. God damn.
Tsarukyan's team got in a beef with Bobby Green also at the hotel yesterday. So not sure exactly what happened, because Bobby Green said basically that these guys just came and attacked him for no reason, which, look, maybe it's possible, but it's rare. I don't think people just attack people for no reason. So there must have been some type of scuffle or something. But yeah, Bobby Green got into it with Tsarukyan's team, and he's fighting in the co-main event. He's fighting Jalen Turner, and be a good fight, man. Bobby Green for a long time was a journeyman, up and down. And recently, man, he's been getting some nice wins that are putting his out there. In his last fight, he defeated, who was it? He defeated Grant Dawson, and before that, he did Tony Ferguson. So yeah, he defeated a washed-up Tony Ferguson probably, and a nice win against Grant Dawson. But it's fun to see a veteran like Bobby Green get his name a little bit in the spotlight, and I hope he's able to capitalize on that and get a couple of big paydays. As far as the fight, I'm gonna go with Jalen Turner. He looked good in his recent fights. I'm trying to remember who he fought, but oh no, he lost to Dan Hooker. But yeah, no, that was a good fight against Dan Hooker. I remember it was a very good fight, very tight fight, and it was a split decision. So yeah, I like I like Turner, Jalen Turner. I'm gonna pick him to win against Bobby Green. But either way, if Bobby Green could manage to keep his hype up, I'll be happy, because that's a veteran that's been there for a while. Finally getting some main events and co-main events where he's probably making a little bit more money. So I'm happy for him.
I got in that fight. Can you hear me? Not at all. Eh?
I didn't hear your pick.
Damn. Bobby Green.
You got Bobby Green?
I'm gonna come back. Hold on. Keep doing the show, Fred. You're doing great. You're running it. I don't know.
So, third fight, we have Davison Figueiredo, former champion. He's going to be fighting Rob Font. That should be an excellent fight also. His last 4 fights have been against Brandon Moreno, so it feels good a little bit for him to get an opponent. And Rob Font is a solid player in that division, so it should be a tight matchup. The odds say that, Rob Font is the favorite. I'm surprised. I would have thought Figueiredo would have been the favorite, but Rob Font is the slight favorite at minus 135. You know what, man? I'm going to go with Figueiredo, man. I feel a former champion, has some big fight experience. I'm going to pick him to win against Rob Font. You're back, Dave?
I think so. Maybe a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going up because things are looking south. Everything's... but I'm going to give you... That's not working, is it? Let's see. I was trying to give you the Bet99 parlay. My parlay is Green, Tsarukyan, Figueiredo. $20 at bet99.com gives you 160.53 plus 703. Green plus 180, Tsarukyan minus 300, Fredo plus 115. It's a good card. They're in Austin, Texas. I'll watch it.
I mean, there's a lot of veterans names. You got Kevin Gastelum also fighting Sean Brady. I'm going to pick Sean Brady in that one. He's going to be on my parlay with Figueiredo, Jalen Turner, and Arman Tsarukyan. I think that's going to be my 4-fight parlay. Yeah, it's going to be Brady, Tsarukyan, Turner, and Figueiredo, which is what? Plus 651, which means $20 will give me like 120, something like that. How's my math? Oh man, I can't.
That's good. It's good money. Solid picks. We're doing what we can here, given what we got. Trying to put it together. Trying to deliver a show. We'll do better tomorrow night. Thanks everybody for sticking with us. Sorry this went down the way it went down. Believe me, it's not the way we wanted it to go down. But sometimes technical shit gets in the way and things go wrong. We'll be back tomorrow night, looking better than ever on the Ringside Report Network. Thanks, Fred. Thanks for doing it. See you.